A Psychedelic Music Guide. Chapter 1. Psychedelic Stoner Druggy Music. Psychedelic Music Info. The evolution of modern music took place on the Ed Sullivan Show in the 1960s. Bands went from guys wearing suits to casual dress to the mamas and papas looking like hippies wearing robes. Mainstream TV gave some bands with offbeat music a stage, but it was really pop bands trying to capture the hippie zeitgeist, which was about freedom, but they were like babes in the woods at that time, not realizing you can't have freedom without a sense of responsibility. The hippie ideal was too much. Timothy Leary, the LSD guru's ideal was turn on, tune in, drop out, but somebody has to bake bread, earn money, pick up the garbage, etc. The hippies went from a capitalist life straight to hedonism, simply get high and hang around, but it doesn't work because you have to work to survive and thrive. You can't live off food stamps in crowded dirty houses. Not all people are morally good. Some people are lazy evil scumbags who want to exploit others. The hippie movement was a naive time of get high, listen to good music and have fun without realizing some people wanted to exploit others. The image of music started going psychedelic with Iron Butterfly, the Amboy Dukes with Journey to the Center of the Band, and many bands on TV between 1967 to 1972 who consciously wanted a mod, hippie look. John Sebastian of the Lovin' Spoonful looked like a gentle hippie with his glasses promoting peace music. The guy who sang Beautiful Sunday, Daniel Boone, was on a TV show in 1972 wearing a multicolored shirt with striped pants. It was a multicolored world for a while. Music went a little bit wild in the early 1970s with bands like Led Zeppelin and Slade who didn't seem to have a purpose beyond free hedonism and destruction. At the same time, some groups claimed to be creating music that you were supposed to listen to while high on drugs, like Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon and Supertramp, who were experimenting with non-mainstream music. The name for The Doors came from Aldous Huxley's book The Doors of Perception about his psychedelic experience with mescaline in 1953. The moody blues sound came from nowhere. Their music was not created for pop hit status. They had a string of dreamy music like Question, Isn't Life Strange, Tuesday Afternoon, etc. Psychedelic music goes from the long drawn-out rock albums to highly experimental music that you've never heard before. There are different kinds of psychedelic music, from dreamy fairy tales to hard stoner music. Some of the old-time pioneer bands are the Grateful Dead, Phish, Iron Butterfly, and Uriah Heep. The mainstreaming of recreational drugs created an audience of people who wanted to listen to dreamy music while high. They used to use strobe lights, black lights with black light posters, etc. Nowadays, they have raves where a lot of people do MDMA and dance to disco music. People want to get high and dance semi-naked in the moonlight. There is a song called Dancing in the Moonlight by King Harvest from 1973. They look like a bunch of unkempt hippies. That was the vibe at the time. It supposedly meant freedom. Nowadays they got the full moon party in Koh Phangan, Thailand. Goa, India is considered a hippie beach town. There are a lot of white Europeans there. In the United States, they pretty well shut the raves down that were big in NYC and Arizona. Sean Atwood was a big ecstasy dealer. He went to prison, got deported to England, now he's got a YouTube channel. The US government shut down Silk Road and Alphabet. People don't want a legal drug culture because it creates a bunch of lazy bums like in Kensington, Philadelphia, and every city on the West Coast. The only real psychedelic culture left in the US is Burning Man once a year in the desert. Some people are looking for enlightenment. Others are looking for a profound transcendent experience. People used to dance differently than they do now in some situations. Dance was considered an expression of freedom. If you danced like a wild savage, it was considered freeing. It was like you're purging the demon of conformity out of yourself. Nowadays, people have tamed down a lot. Society went through a transition from conformist capitalism to freedom and hedonism between 1965 to 1980 before it settled down. People did a lot unconventional things looking for a freeing, transcendent experience. Psychedelic music websites at musicamounts.org/styles/electronica/trance/psychedelic. Australians.net, Australians, official site featuring forums, news, and photographs related to the Australian psychedelic trance scene. ChaiShop.com, Chai Shop, portal featuring parties, forums, chat, reviews, photographs, videos, and music. di.onis.us, Dionysus, weblog covering the psychedelic trance community in New York City and the eastern U.S. Drugmusic.com, drug music webcast, updated 3 times weekly with an hour-long webcast of trance, drone, and psychedelic sounds. kwik-kut.co.za, quick cut, information and news about production techniques and the software and hardware used to create music. Psytransmusic.blogspot.com, Psytrance Music, psychedelic trance news, parties, and reviews. Psychic.de/goa-siadia, Goa portal with party photographs, music database, and project linker. Angelfire.com/mn/psychedelic1/index.html, psychedelic trance, everything from shows, shopping, music, and downloads. Ektoplasm.com, Ectoplasm, music portal, and Psytrance net label with MP3 downloads, release database, producer and DJ profiles, event listings and articles. FusionAnomaly.net, Fusion Anomaly, psychedelic definitions about trance, ancient cultures, and future visions. FusionAnomaly.net, Fusion Anomaly. Goa-trance.de, Goa Trance, site focused on Goa and psychedelic trance music and culture, and in particular the artist Elastic Plastic. Godelic.nl, Godelic, party info, photos, selected links to Goa trance sites and MP3 music from a variety of new albums. Goasapiens.com, Goa Sapiens, psychedelic trance DJ organization. Goatrance.de, Goatrance.de, contains a Goa, techno, and ambient database, record shop information and links. Goatrance.net, Goatrance.net, global Goa party information site. Goatrance.nl/new-site, Goa Trance Holland, Goa Trance portal from Holland. Isratrance.com, Isratrance, Israeli trance resource site. crewhftwork.com, 100% Goa trance online radio station. talkprogressive.blogspot.com, Talk Progressive, progressive psytrance weblog with news, reviews and party information. thebeatmonger.blogspot.com, The Beatmonger, psychedelic trance news, reviews and video from a DJ. mistprodonline.com, Mist Eichel Productions, official site of psytrance promoters in Texas. mushroom-online.com, Mushroom Online, the global psychedelic trance magazine online, music, community, news, and forum. mytrance.info, mytrance.info, psytrance community focusing on releases including singles and compilations. nocturnal.com.au, Nocturnal Productions, including 2001, A Year in Trank.ischen electronic music calendar, also links and information for the Melbourne electronic music scene. Ounstrance.com, Ojtrance, Australian discussion forum with audio downloads, galleries, and links. Photon.net, Future Harmonics, online as well as hard published zine dedicated to spreading the vibe. ProgressiveTrance.net, Progressive Trance, guide to progressive trance artists, DJs, record labels, festivals, promoters, shops and MP3 downloads. Psychedelic.gr, Psychedelic.gr, online psychedelic portal from Greece. PsyDB.net, Psychedelic Mind Expander, Goa, and psychedelic trance information site also offering disc jockey services in Sweden. Psymania.com, Psymania, psychedelic trance music source with releases. Psynews.org, Psynews, forums, and information about parties, music and up-to-date list of psytrance artists with some biographies. Psysurfur.com, Psysurfer, Psytrance resource website with information on parties and artists. Psytechforum.com, Psytech Forum, music culture forum dedicated to the psychedelic trance scene. Psytechteam.org, Psytech Team, team of trance producers, DJs, and eco artists. Touchisamadhi.com, Touch Samadhi, information about live psytrance acts, DJs, events, links, and photography. Trance.net, Trance.net, psychedelic trance portal from Norway featuring reviews, party information and links. Trance.net, Trance.net, host site for Zillion Mental Anarchy among others, also party information and links. Xvibe.net, Atybe, a psytrance portal from Brazil featuring parties, festivals, forums, music, photographs, fashion, and listings. Psychedelic musicians at musicammounts.org/styles/electronica/trance/psychedelic/bands_and_artists. 12moons.net, 12moons, home of the psychedelic 12moons project and the Healer Ambient offering. Alienatedbuddha.com, Alienated Buddha, Spanish psytrance band. analog-pussy.com, Analog Pussy, official site of the psychedelic trance duo from Israel. ntxmusic.co.nz, Antix, official site of the progressive psytrance duo from New Zealand. astral-projection.com, Astral Projection, official homepage of the Israeli trance band of Avi Nissim and Lior Perlmutter with biography, news, contact, video, and MP3 downloads. astralasia.demon.co.uk, Astralasia, tour dates, discography, remixography, and contact information, plus a real audio recording of the psychedelic trance producers' live set. qjorias.dk, qjorias 1, features discography, MP3s, pictures, contact information and biographies. Deidreah.com, Deidre, official website of the psychedelic trance artist from France. Deeperinzen.com, Deeperinzen, official site of the Psytrance Act from New York. Divinorum.com, Divinorum, latest news about ethnic trance and Goa trance project Divinorum. DJ-Allegria.de, Allegria, official site of the German producer and DJ Michael Schultz. DJSynchro.com, Synchro, Amsterdam-based trance and techno producer and DJ Synchro. Eatstatic.co.uk, Eatstatic, interactive site featuring music, video, downloads, news, reviews, and merchandise. FrequencySounds.com, Frequency, official site of Frequency producer Aaron Gallagher based in Melbourne, Australia. Grenzsafarichuens.de, Grenz Frequenz, Psytrance trio from Hamburg. Hex4.com, Hexadecimal, live electronica act from Brisbane, Australia. Infected.co.il, Infected Mushroom, official site of the Israeli trance band Infected Mushroom. Innerverse.com/Cosmosis, Cosmosis and Laughing Buddha, information about the two Psytrance producers, discography, MP3 downloads, and future events. Jujouka.com, Jaujuka, official site of the freestyle psychedelic music project from DJ Tsuyoshi. Reactorleak.com, Juno Reactor, official site. Koxbox.dk, Coxbox, progressive electronica from Denmark. Labaz.com, Labaz, official site of DJ and producer Labaz from Switzerland. Lupusinfabola.com, Lupus Infabola, psychedelic trance group from Italy. Mantrixproductions.com, Mantrix, Melbourne, Australia-based duo. Mindfly.dk, Mindfly, official website with sound clips, pictures, news, and release information. Miraculix.nu, Miraculix, official site of the Swedish Psychedelic Trance Act. Paste10.info, Paste, official site of the progressive psychedelic trance artists from Switzerland. Pergamon.dk, Pergamon, Goa, Psytrance from Denmark. Phaselift.co.uk, Facelift, Progressive Psytrance Act from Greece/UK. planet-ben.net, Planet Ben, official site of German DJ and producer Planet Ben. Pontonius.com, the Goa Trance Island, site of Pontonius, Goa producer. procs.info, Prox, the Swedish Psytrance artist official web page. Cyborgs.com, Cyborgs, contains samples of tracks, downloads of old works, information about DJ and live sets, biography, pictures, booking information, and releases. Psychonauticmindlab.com, Psychonautic Mind Lab, psychedelic collaboration from Switzerland and Asia. Pulseplant.com, Pulseplant, electronic musician from Toronto, Canada. Raycastle.com, Raycastle, site for the eccentric psytrance producer, features personal hobbies and blog. Shamanbeats.com, Shaman, official site of the Swedish trance music producer from Digital Structures. Shopongle.com/hallucinogen, hallucinogen, Simon Posford's official hallucinogen website. Shopongle.com, Spangle Falls, psychedelic tunes from Spangle and graphic artwork. Shopongle.com, Spangle, official site of the Spangle project. Shulman.info, Shulman, ambient psytrance duo from Israel. Sunkite.com, Sunkite, official website of the Swedish progressive psychedelic trance duo. Soundspider.net, Sonic Fusion, info site for the producers and live act. Squaremeat.net/index.html, Squaremeat, experimental psychedelic trance artist from Finland. sun-project.de, sun. Tegmatech.com/main.html, Tegma, homepage of the psychedelic trance duo from Sweden. TheAntidote.ws, The Antidote, French psychedelic trance producer and DJ. Search from The Antidote was also involved in Total Eclipse, Deviance, Sergio Mendoza, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, Typhoon and Electronic Pirates Federated. Ticoenmusic.com, Ticken, the psychedelic trance duo from Sweden. Toydoi.com, Toa Doa, French psytrance acts official homepage with information, MP3 downloads, and photographs. Transonic.dk, Mino, Metallic Universe, homepage for the Danish producer and live artist. Tripe.de, Tomax Psy homepage, Psytrance artist, site contains free MP3, real audio, information. Vibrasphere.com, Vibrasphere, website of the psychedelic trance duo from Uppsala, Sweden. Winterbergproduction.com, Beyond Third Spring, includes news, discography with audio samples, and picture galleries. Xeno-morph.de, Xenomorph, dark psytrance artist from Germany. Psychedelic music websites. AlmostCool.org, AmericanEntropy.com, Answers.com/topic/acid-rock, Answers.com/topic/psychedelic, ClassicRockPage.com, Delirium.co.uk, Demontea.com, DiscoGS.com, en.wikipedia.org/wiki/psychedelic_music, en.wikipedia.org/wiki/psychedelic_rock, Freakemporium.com, Funkenpuff.com, FusionAnomaly.net, Hyperreal.org, raves, techno, ambient, just-nick.net/psychedelia, last.fm/music/entheogenic/_pagan+dream+machine, Lysergia.com, mediapositiveradio.com/genres/dir/psychedelic, Octobercherries.com, psychedelic-art.com, psychedelicfolk.homestead.com/psychedelicfolk.html, psychedelic-music.com, psychedelic-music.de, psychedelic-music.net, psychedelicrecords.com, psychedelics.com/links.html, psynews.org, psyshop.com, psystation.net, psytransmusic.blogspot.com, reference.com/browse/wiki/psychedelic_rock, rockcrypt.com/genre-psychedelic, royaltyfreemusic.com/psychedelic-music.html, sputnikmusic.com/psychedelic, talkaboutdrugsnetwork.com, Trippy Music websites. Trippy music is a mix of electronica, psychedelic, new age, jungle, drum and bass, DnB, dance, etc. 1st-ave-machine.com, aquabazound.blogspot.com, audioasylum.com, audiosprx.com, audiostreet.net, awesomeradio.tribe.net, beatpick.com, bk-recordings.com, boards.cannabis.com, cannabisculture.com, createdIGITallmusic.com, damdjs.com, drj.ca, dtmpower.net, ech023.com, eer-music.com/psych_trance.html, en.wikipedia.org/wiki/psychedelic_music, fungkenpuff.com, heapandtrippy.com, imeme.com/tag/trippy, indie911.com, live365.com, fantasybar.com, preemptivekarma.com, psychedelic-music.net, psychedelics.com, radioparadise.com, resynthesize.com, swissgroove.ch, triphop-music.com, triplag.com/psy_trance_links.htm, trippy.org, trippymusic.com, trippypictures.com.